boxes.
We're back on the Morning Brew with Friends, and this is really awesome. One of my neighbors from my building is here. This is Linda. I never get to see you because
you get up too early,
right? Well, we cross paths walking our dogs. That's the kind of the extent of it in the building. But it's good to have you on because you've been a theater person forever. As long as I've known you, you've been a theater person.
Well, I've been a theater person since I was 16, but
very cool. And you've had a lot of fun shows in Albuquerque, and now you're working with Jeff on the Playdate program.
Right.
And I've got a little Playdate button right here. This is great. And Playdates it's a summer program for kids, right?
Right, and it's a program of the Albuquerque Theater Guild.
And you are an officer in the Theater Guild.
I'm a secretary, yeah.
And so, Jeff, what is the Playdate about? Can anybody show up and have fun and learn to act, or is...
Well, yeah, why don't you,
Yeah, no, it's we got a grant, and we wanted to improve our youth programs, and we had a sort of free preview night program, but it's previews are Thursday nights, and mostly the kids don't show up on school nights, especially the younger ones. So we thought, hey, if we could do it so we could bring kids free to theater performances on weekends, that'd be great, and that's what we're doing. So we're getting kids from middle schools and high schools buying tickets for them so they can come to see these shows. And then the Playdate it's a sort of double meeting. The Playdate is the person who meets them, welcomes them to the theater, talks to them a little bit beforehand. Well, Jeff was our first Playdate for the production of Hamlet at the Vortex, and so he can tell you what he did as the Playdate.
Yeah. So it was a really cool experience. We worked with the South Valley Academy, got them tickets to come see Hamlet, and
on a Saturday or a Sunday matinee or something.
Sunday matinee, yeah. And it was really cool because they, most of them had come to a live show before, but lots of them hadn't come to like a Shakespeare show, and some of them had never been to a live performance before. So we were able to talk about what they knew about Shakespeare, what they knew about Hamlet, what they were excited, what they were maybe worried about, gave them some tips on maybe how to watch Shakespeare with since it's heightened language, it might be a little hard to listen to it sometimes. And then they got to see the show for free. So
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
that sounds really cool. Well, it's cool to inspire kids now because you need to get all the kids inspired. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the next generation of theater actors.
That's the point. Right. And theater audiences.
And theater audiences too. Absolutely. Yeah. If I hadn't gone to theater as a kid, I wouldn't be excited to go now.
Yeah. The next ones that are coming up. We've got 75 kids coming to see West Side Story at Albuquerque.
That'll be fun. We had those folks on the other day.
Yeah.
And they were so much fun.
Yeah.
And the amazing voices.
Yeah.
And I wanted to just walk and snap with them through the...
Right.
The West Side Story is going to be a fun show.
And then actually the same weekend we're taking a bunch of kids to My Fair Lady. So, I mean, if you go to musicals, you can't get two better musicals than those.
No doubt. So and I think people
exciting.
forget that there is those kinds of great shows going on right here in Albuquerque, and there are wonderful actors like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you have an interesting show coming up. It's not for a while. It's later in the summer, right?
It opens the end of August.
And I think this is cool how you came to pick this play.
Oh, okay. It's called Woman on Fire, and it's there's a program called El Fuego by the Latino Theater Commons, and in the summer they had stage readings of like plays by 12 playwrights in Chicago, and then they asked theater companies around the country, Latino theater companies, if they would be willing to sight unseen agree to do a play by one of those 12 playwrights. And
you just said, sure, sight unseen. We just like this idea. That's awesome.
I want to tell you about something that Jeff is doing, though, and Blackout. Besides being a play date, Blackout Theater Company is doing an amazing thing with the play dates program.
Yeah, we're really excited. I think this might have been what you were talking about earlier with the summer program. It's a really cool collaboration with Albuquerque Theater Guild, Blackout Theater, and Children's Choice, which is a summer camp provider. Albuquerque Theater Guild is going to pay for about, I would say, 90% of the cost of tickets to Blackout Theater Company's shadow puppet show called Beyond the Shadows. Yeah, it's going to be an interactive shadow puppet show.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be nonverbal.
So I can do like the little rabbit.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, is that really what it is? Like you just do the little rabbit shadow puppet?
Well, hopefully ours is going to be a little bit more complicated than that. But you never know. Could just
I can
be
do
a
the
bunch of-
bird.
yeah, there you go. All right, yeah, come on down. Be birds and rabbits run around. So it's going to be a really family-friendly show, and it's going to be open to people who speak any language or people who may be hard of hearing, because it's going to be nonverbal. And so, and it was purposely made to make theater more accessible and something that everyone could enjoy regardless of what language you spoke.
That sounds super fun.
And so kids from Children's Choice, about 200 kids from Children's Choice summer camp program are going to come down and see it. And thanks to Albuquerque Theater Guild, they're going to be able to. Otherwise, the tickets would be too expensive. So.
Right. That's very cool. Well, parents and kids can go to albuquerquetheater.org, and you can find out all of that information about that program.
There's a youth. Click on youth and then click on pay dates, and there's a page where you can actually go and sign up for a group, and we will give free adult tickets, one adult ticket for every 4 kids that they bring.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
Yeah.
it's
So
amazing.
how'd you guys come up with the shadow puppet show? That just sounds really cool. And is it only for kids, or can anybody go? Because I would love to go to the shadow puppet show.
It's going to be for families. It's going to be. We want to make it something that adults and kids can enjoy. And so we actually had a company member who got her degree in Asian theater. And so all the styles are going to be inspired by Asian shadow puppet styles. So we studied Thai, Japanese, Chinese, tons of different Asian countries.
Balinese, I bet.
Yeah, lots of Balinese. And the story actually, we use inspiration from first-generation Americans or immigrants who had come from different countries, and kind of learning about what it was like right before they left, what their journey was, and what their time was like when they just got to the United States. And we're not retelling their stories because we want to tell their stories for them, but we're using that as inspiration for our play.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah.
And then you guys at Blackout do, of course, a bunch of great things downtown here at the Box.
Actually, the Box, we've done a ton of things at the Box. Right now, it sounds like, I think you were talking about earlier, the show does open improv.
There's open improv on Wednesdays, I think. And then, are you still doing the Friday night comedy shows?
We aren't now. We're getting a new space. It's kind of in the works right now. It's definitely going to happen, but keep an eye out for that.
Still downtown?
No, that one's going to be up on Lomas and Eubank. And so kind of keep an eye out for that, but we're hoping to bring back some maybe regular events there. So.
That'd be great.
And Blackout just is they're making a movie. I mean, they do everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, I think in this business and in this day and age, you have to kind of hustle and do everything,
Absolutely.
right? You can't just do the one thing.
Yeah.
Right? Well, very cool. Anybody can sign up and to find out more about this, abqtheater.org/youth, and you can find out everything about it.
That's right.
And sign up to get free tickets to play dates and reduced tickets to the Shadow Puppet Show. And for every 4 kids, 1 adult goes free. I'll find 4 kids.
There you go.
Okay.
And then we'll be back in a couple of minutes in the Morning Brew.